Let me ask you a question. What do the 1936 Olympics, the 1978 FIFA World Cup, the 2008 Beijing Olympics, Manchester City, the Live Golf Tournament, and MyWhoosh all have in common? Sports washing. And if you can get past that, MyWhoosh is a fantastic system. And I think I can. So quickly, if you don't know what sports washing is, it is using sport in order to make people overlook negative elements of a regime. And Live Golf is an example of this. Don't look at what the Saudis are doing in regards to human rights. Look at our sports and all the amazing things that we're doing in that area. It's PR through sport for regimes. And that's essentially what MyWhoosh is. Let's call a spade a spade. So it's founded by Akhtar Hashimi, who is an Emirati businessman based in the UAE, and he runs a whole bunch of UAE tech companies, and he's pretty cozy with the UAE government. This is the same UAE that sponsors UAE Team Emirates, which is sponsored by MyWhoosh. Is this a coincidence? Nah. So MyWhoosh claims that its goal is to increase the fitness of the average Joe in the Middle East, hence why the app is free. If you understand two things, you'll realise this bullcrap. Number one, the UAE government doesn't give a damn about the average Joe in the UAE. Number two, the gateway to cycling isn't the subscription fee for Zwift. The gateway to cycling indoors is buying a trainer. That costs the money. Holy crap, well, politics. I came here for a review on MyWhoosh, so let's just shelve the sports washing stuff. We'll come back to that a little bit later. But is MyWhoosh any good? MyWhoosh is fucking incredible. The only thing that I can't believe about this app is that there aren't more people on here. Training programs designed by Kevin Poulton, UAE cycling coach. He's coaching Tadej Pogacar at the moment. He's also coached Caleb Ewan and Matthew Heyman. They're kind of a big deal. These programs are like super legit. The interface, super easy to use, very much similar to Zwift in that regards. The workouts are fun, they're engaging. I did an FTP workout and a steps workout. Both of them were really, really good. And the way that you search for them can be based on time. So if you're time poor, you want a short, condensed workout, easy to find. Like Zwift, there are a bunch of Easter eggs in there. Little crocodile that was running along the side of the road, as well as a kangaroo hopping. And when I did my race, an ostrich kept running past, which was quite funny. Though socially, there is the ability to chat. There is no chat function in the companion app. So when you're trying to chat to people, you have to have your laptop close to you. Also, the world wasn't super populated, which meant that there weren't heaps of people chatting. So I didn't really get any responses to my, hey, how's it going, everyone? Racing is categorized, with category 1 being the hardest and category 4 being the easiest, and everyone is dumped into category 1 at the start, and then basically how you go on there depends on where you end up. I entered a race with 5 others and I won, and I think that was in category 5. That's a scathing indictment on the people that are operating in Zwift in the racing community, because I'm not at peak fitness at the moment. Sunday Race Club seems to be where it's at, and there's money on offer for winners, although I've heard mixed responses about whether you can actually get that cash. Apparently it's a bit tough. There aren't heaps of people racing at the moment from what I can see, but hopefully the UCI contract for the Sports Series changes that and we get a bit more people on here as a result of that. So it's not all sunshine and rainbows here. As I said, the racing is light in regards to numbers, and the competition isn't super fierce from what I've seen, though I've only done one race. The website's a bit confusing, and I found myself Googling, how do I do X in MyWhoosh? A lot more than I probably would have liked to. However, to be fair, if I think back to when I first started Zwift, especially when I first started Zwift racing, I probably had to do the same thing, especially for Zwift Power, which I didn't even know existed. The companion app is better than Ruvi, but it's nowhere near as good as Zwift. And you need to visit the actual URL website to do a lot of the stuff on this, which is kind of annoying. It feels like it should be in the app. Finally, in the workouts, it tells you the power that you're supposed to be hitting in the current set, but it doesn't tell you what you should be hitting in the next set. It just has a color. I think I had a similar complaint about Ruby, whereas in Zwift on the left-hand side, it has the entire breakdown of the workout with the power that you're supposed to be hitting for each, and I kind of wish that it had that. So finally, the worlds lack depth. Whereas in Zwift, you kind of feel like you're cycling through a living world, and when you look left and right, there is depth of field. In MyWhoosh, you're really riding along a tunnel, and while there might appear to be things on your left and right, it is really just a straight route. So there's not a lot of depth of field, and so you don't feel like you're riding through a world per se. You feel like you're riding through a channel. A lot of the time you have sort of walls or caves on either side of you, so it just sort of lacks that world that Zwift has created. However, these issues are far outweighed by the quality of the app and also the fact that it's free. So the app is awesome, and if you don't race indoors or ride socially, you're crazy to be paying the $30 for Zwift when you could be getting this for free. However, it is blatant sports washing by a regime that treats people like crap, has a massive impact on the environment, and fills Instagram feeds with tosser influencers living the high life in the UAE. However, once you start picking regimes apart, they all suck. And I think if you rebranded this USA instead of UAE, I reckon it'll get a pass. I think we are more critical of some of these Middle Eastern countries than we are of Western countries. At the end of the day, MyWhoosh is free because the people running it are willing to sink money into this, knowing that they get some sort of kickback somewhere else. And you don't know what that is. They're not good guys, and they're not doing this because they're nice. They're doing this because there's a benefit. However, honestly, I'm tired of being that guy. I'm tired of being the crusader, the one that makes all the correct moral decisions. Meanwhile, people are chucking coffee cups on the ground, driving massive four-wheel drives when they don't even have a family. I do not want to die on this hill. I'm taking one back for me, and I'm going to be using MyWhoosh for free. I can honestly say I cancelled my Zwift subscription last night. So I'm not here to fight every battle. Is that privilege? Fuck yeah, it is. What are you gonna do? It's my honest thoughts about MyWhoosh. And before you get at me, tell me, you've got no moral compass, I bet you watch UAE Team Emirates. And I bet you cheer for Tadej Pogacar. This is bad, bro. So, this therapy session has been brought to you by MyWhoosh. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, because next week I'm doing Indie Velo, which is the most budget, most entry level one of these that I've done, and it is apparently run by a bunch of ex-Zwift dudes. So I'm super interested to see what that is. Rock on.